Hey, my peeps. It is Starks, the autistic gnome. I'm not in my gnome nook today. I'm out at the park. I have just come out here to just chill out and do meditation and be a part of nature and such. Okay, so welcome to Starks, the autistic gnome's gnome nook. I know we're not in the nook, but we're in part of the nook. We're in another room of the nook. We could look at it that way. We're in another room of the nook. Okay, so bear with me here. It's a little chilly out, so I'm trying to do things one-handed. However, it can be done. Okay, so this video is the intent of this channel, of my videos. Okay, first of all, I want to start by saying my intent is not to romanticize autism at all, because many of us autistics struggle phenomenally with their autism. Some of us don't. You know, it just all depends on how it presents on you. I, myself, am one of the luckier ones, if you want to look at it that way. I don't look at it as that way. I'm just different than other autistics, and other autistics are different from me, and so on and so on and so on. Just like in a non-autistic world, the person standing next to you isn't the same person. Everybody's different, right? So I always keep that in mind. This channel I have going so that I can share my story of how my autism presents with me. Not all autistics are able to do some of the things that I'm able to do. I'm not able to do some of the things some other autistic people are able to do. So I'm not speaking for, on whole, that all autistics, this is how it presents in them, because it's not. And for a lot of people, it's not a good place to be. For myself, I have embraced my autism, being autistic. I've embraced it for myself. And I just want to share with other peeps what it's like from an autistic's bird eye view, my autistic bird eye view. Some subjects, I don't speak on behalf of any of the autistic community other than myself, because I only know about myself as an autistic and what it takes to get through a daily routine. Okay, so that's number one thing that I just want to make absolutely clear about my channel, is I do not speak for all autistics. You will hear me say we are all very individually unique, so I can only speak on my autism and how it presents with me. So if you're still here and watching this, thank you very, very much. I also have tools for maybe other autistics or other people who aren't autistic. I'm sure these tools would work to help calm the system, calm your mind, calm your whole being. We all live in a very, 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 very hectic world. So some that are watching these videos, we have a lot of time on our hands, those of us who have a lot of time on our hands, and those who don't get a lot of time, so they don't get the opportunity to just get lost in their mind, and they still have stressors as well. You know, there's other stressors that they have, so this will probably help a lot of people. What I try to do, I can only speak for myself. Currently, I'm unable to work, and I have a lot of time on my hands. Okay, so now with a lot of time, for a lot of people, I would presume they are craving that so badly, just to have time, quiet time. By nature, unless you know me very well, I'm a very quiet person. I observe my surroundings constantly. My mind is always stimulated, always. Whether it's still quiet in my apartment, or I've got background noise like birds or whales or hedgehogs eating or whatever I happen to have playing at the time, just for some white noise in my apartment. I don't like absolute quiet. I have to have white noise. I'm probably getting way off topic here, but that's another aspect of who I am. I live openly. I have embraced my autism, so I live very openly, and I want to share these tools with people, and I want people to hear my story. I don't think my story is all that great, but I mean, if I can share some tools and tips and some knowledge with other people, and if you want to comment, please feel free to comment. And if you disagree about something that I'm talking about or anything, by all means please comment and speak your mind, but could you please do it politely is all I ask. Just because rudeness is a trigger for me, and I don't want to trigger, it's not a pleasant feeling, but I want you to speak your mind and be honest. Just do it politely if you can, please. Thank you. That's all I'm asking. So I carve out numerous times in a day where I can get away and use the awesome tool of deep breathing and meditation. Okay, now this particular one, I mean, it would even work at work if you want to give up like a half hour for your lunch or a 15-minute break or something to do a quick meditation just to refocus yourself. This would work as well, just shorten the length of time of it. But it still helps to even just focus with it. So, for instance, today, okay, so like I said, my mind, I'll get back to it. My mind is constantly going, so it's already always stimulated. It never takes a break from that stimulation at all, right? It's like, ooh, shiny, ooh, shiny, ooh, shiny, and then I go off in 1,000 different directions at the same time. So throughout, like, that's my natural state of being. That's one of the ways my autism presents, is my mind never shuts off at all. So now there's people coming through, which is fine. But my mind never, ever shuts off, so I don't get that break. And then if I add stimuli on top of that and keep adding it, then it's a trigger, and then a trigger can be a trigger, and then a trigger can be a meltdown, and then a meltdown can be losing my voice or self-harming. And I have the ability to bring that down. So I have my 3 meals a day. I do live in a continuous care home. Yeah, I'm 53 years old. So I have a lot of time to get lost in my thoughts. So what I do is I find a nice quiet place. Like my apartment is normally quiet, or I get bird songs or whale songs or dolphin songs or whatever. And that's what I'll play all day long. It's not a music it's relaxing the stimulus in my brain instead of hyping it up. So every so often I need to take a break from that to bring the levels down, because it's life. It's constant coming at me. I can't stop life, nor would I want to. I think life is a very wonderful place to be. Okay, so there's this nice little park a block and a half away from my apartment. It's interacting with people as people walk past, because I just sit on a bench and just think, or I'll meditate. Like, I'll actually go into a meditation. I will close my eyes, because this is a pleasant place for me to be, and I feel calm here. And I'll take 3 deep breaths, and I'll just focus on just those breaths. Sometimes I close my eyes, other times I just focus on an object. Like, I'll focus on that tree, or I'll focus on that statue there, or, so it just becomes very, very peaceful, and then I just focus on those breaths. I allow my mind to distract, because it's going to, then I just bring it back to focusing on the breaths. 15, 20 minutes in the beautiful fresh air underneath the sunshine with the trees and everything. I got the humming background noise of traffic, and it's nice out, so there's people out and about and walking out and stuff. It's a beautiful kind of day, right? So if you can carve out yourself, so in the morning, I know I'm getting there. This is another way that my autism presents, is I get lost very easy in my head when I'm trying to explain things, so bear with me. We will get to the point. There's a lot of distractions here right now, but that's okay. So the place where I live, we all eat in a dining room, which is, I like the feeling of it. This is kind of a two-sided coin. I like the feeling of being part of a community because the residents and the staff where I live are awesome people. You know, like they're really just, that's all I can say is they're awesome. I'm not saying that just because, you know, like they truly are, you know, but with high social anxieties, which is a comorbid disorder that autism rarely is alone. I haven't met anybody who is. I could be wrong. I myself, I totally forgot where I was going with that. You might see people walk past in the background and such. But okay, so if I can get back on track to where I was, hang on, it's coming. I promise you. Okay, so this would be a perfect opportunity. Here's a tool. Okay, so I'm getting a little stressed because there's a little more people coming through and such. Okay, so. Nah, much calmer. Okay, now I can think a little bit clearer. So, I love having the community around me. I love having the people around me for meals. It makes me feel like home, you know, where you're sitting around having a meal together. I love that feeling. But all the stimuli that I get is difficult for me, but I'm able to push myself through the meals. You know, I do a lot of just taking deep breaths. I stim. It's a stem. What I'm doing is I'm counting how many times I can feel my fingers touch, and it kind of just it keeps me grounded. You know, that's what I'm starting to get. It's, you know, because I can hear the humming of all the lights, all the smells, all the energy of people and such, right? I can feel it. We've been over that in other videos, right? So, but I like the feeling of community, so it's worth it for me to fight through that, you know, that stress level, just with simple breathing and just tapping my fingers. Other people flap a little bit. You know, some people, their legs go. Sometimes if things are, you know, because my fight or flight will kick in, and I'll fight that flight as much as I can because, like I say, I enjoy the feeling of that community. You know, so, but, you know, I have ways to control it. Now, sometimes I get so overstimulated that I literally have to get up and just walk away from it. Otherwise, I'm going to trigger, and my triggers are my triggers. You know, like if you're in my home and I have a trigger and you see it, well, then you might have to deal with however you feel about it. You may not, I don't know. You know, my friends all know that. Right, but I like to solve the problem, solve the issue kind of deal. Okay, that's just the way my mind goes. So, you know, it's usually not bad. I'm getting used to, because it doesn't fluctuate much because it's the same people and same smells, and it's becoming routine, and I'm getting used to it, which is good. You know, kind of concept. And then lunch, it's the same situation over again. So usually after lunch, I'm starting to become a bit oversensitive with things, overstimulated with things. So that's when I carve out the time to just go take some quiet, peaceful time, you know, away from where I am. Take a few deep breaths, recenter, reground myself, do a meditation, sit in the park on a beautiful day, interacting with people on a small level, which I'm okay because they don't stop, they just keep moving, and it's, you know, politeness is very important to me. So I just take the time it's a tool, this is a tip I'm giving you here, just take the time to carve out, even if it's only 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, like you saw how long it took me, not even 3 minutes to take 3 deep breaths, you know, and it just helps recenter. Just step away from whatever it is that's getting your anxieties up. And I know that's not easy for some of us to do, because a whole lot of other issues come into play when we go to get up to leave. Before we actually leave, we stress ourselves. Well, I stress myself out, because when I'm in an uncomfortable situation, I will sit there and I will say to myself, I'll say, oh no, have I made them uncomfortable? Are they feeling me feeling uncomfortable? Ah, should I just get up? I need to get up and leave. But should I just get up and leave? I don't know what to say. Do I say anything? Do I say goodbye? Do I say I'm leaving now? And then I have all these things just going through my mind, just to stand up from the table or from to move aside when I'm walking past somebody. Or this is why I don't go to malls. Kind of concepts. So I don't want to trigger on anybody who's not doing anything wrong. It's just the way my system reacts to things. This is going to happen in life. This is, I'm 53. It's happened all my life. So one of the best tools is just breathing. Just breathe. Literally the easiest tool that you have in your toolkit to help calm a trigger for yourself is focus on your breath and just breathe. And that doesn't matter if you're neurotypical, if you're neurodiversive, if you're an alien, if you're a reptilian. Just breathe. Just literally take just seconds out of your day. See? We'll see how long this takes. Take 3 deep breaths with me. Okay, ready? 1. In. Out. Focus on your breath. In. Out. Focus on your breath. In. Out. Focus on your breath. 3 deep breaths. Do you feel better? I know I do. Okay, so this is Starks the Autistic Gnome. I know that was kind of a lot rammed into one. I think I just needed to ramble a bit, but you'll come across some of these videos that may or may not make any sense to you, but hey, you can't always be serious. Sometimes you just got to do it for the shits and giggles, right? Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the alert button, and share Starks the Autistic Gnome. I'll be waiting for you in the Gnome Nook. See you next time.